Lutz to try to add the PAT.
Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
The other broadcast.
That time a 6-play drive, and it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
I don't know why I did it, but anyway, I might cut my mic off.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over to the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Now Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. If 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. On 2nd down, Kamara fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken around the 12.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Mike, 55.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Being chased out left. Now into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you don't
want to.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who have the lead in that one at halftime. Deontay Burnett, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Finally, let's get out to the Bay Area, see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Odell Beckham, a touchdown reception. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic as usual in that first half. His guys have just about put this one on ice already. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now an even 30. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd and 12, Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the pass.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On second down, it's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll find Metcalf. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
51's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Now Murray off play action. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. To throw is Murray, and that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Toss play, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. He can run for it, and he will. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. From 3 yards out. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Here's Wilson to throw. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Double tight. 3 down.
Hey, check right.
Throwing is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The dump off good for 8 there on first down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Wilson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
6 man. Check curls.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Running is Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Let's go, Hattie. Let's go, Hattie.
One more time with Jacobs.
Give me some.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
What? 280.
Check 53. I got one. Alert flare.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been a bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Jacobs now. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Seahawks, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for Charles Davis and our
Hey, everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 25, check 25, check 25. Deuce.
A first carry now. This is Hill. Oh, he sheds himself free. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Down number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Going to give this time to the tailback. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Dwyer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with the run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down. There you see the starters defensively for Jacksonville. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Hill on the return. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. On the carry, it's Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. 1st down, and it's Hill again. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And now a look at the offense for Jacksonville.
And congratulations on their win last week, but they didn't get a whole lot of time to celebrate it on Sunday. They were right back to work on Monday, but you'll have to do things differently when you prepare for a Thursday night game, because normally you'll take some time off. Here you get right back to work on the game plan mentally, and probably not put any pads on until you play again Thursday night.
Now they try the right side here. And he he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
On second down, Hill. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. On third down, it's Hill. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Joseph now. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give them even better starting position. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Hill going to try the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a handoff looking right. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now they try the right side here. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden, because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. From the gun, Dwyer. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, they tried to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah.
And
you know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. This is Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
You. Check. Crunch.
They'll set up a throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Dwyer, complete to Kelly. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. On 3rd and 2, Dwyer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing on first down, Dwyer. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
I'm coming after you.
Looking to throw. Dwyer. That's caught by Kelly. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Dwyer. And this is going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Hill. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Here we go, Deacon.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 5. 46 yards on the play. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it go.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at
come
maximum.
on. You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Off play action. Dwyer. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah. Exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. He gets away from one. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession. They get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll drop to throw, escaping the pressure right. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, a 22.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw, buying time to his left. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score as his guys continue to pour it on. Joseph now to have the PAT. Now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Dwyer. And that is incomplete.
What's up, Donald Trump?
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
We're done with this game right here.
Fielded at the 20.
Gotta put it up in the middle.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Okay, nobody else is in my screen. Guess I'll turn my mic off.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Flushed out right. And a throw right sideline is complete. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game.
And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Throwing to start the drive. Dwyer. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Dwyer. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Saints on 3rd down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 4. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Fielded at about the 28. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Room here to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 25-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now they run with Sims. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go. Watch the motion. Watch the motion.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
2nd and 14. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
But
is one of
she's
our guys.
singing too.
No, she's at least
on like the 5th tune. At
yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Dwyer. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
I can't believe they let you play.
On 1st down, it's Hill. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Over the middle, complete. It's Kelly. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Dwyer. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Forced out to his left. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. That's how you, Charles. You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the about hurt feelings or anything like that, that's just new age stuff.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck? Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.